I have a dad, D-A-D, dad.
Had mine a year now. 4 stars. Okay, let's see what happened during this year. So I guess I best start by saying this is the most useless thing I've ever purchased because I have to go to the kettle anyway once it has boiled. That said, I just like that I can control it with my mobile. For instance, I can boil the kettle and monitor the temperature of the water until it drops to 98°C to make the perfect cuppa. I also like the feature where I can keep the water hot, although I've not used that feature since the cost of electricity shot up. I did read the other reviews before buying and I went ahead anyway and purchased one. I've had no bad taste and no leaks, and if you actually bother to unwind the wire, it's long enough. But when I have a power cut, the kettle can be fussy about which phone it will connect to in order to get it to connect to the router again. Also, the power button is starting to show a lean pressing it, which makes me think at some point it will stop working. The kettle seems to wear well. I've had a lot of usage out of it, and I'm not looking to replace it anytime soon. I guess this is also like where the kettle being's like kind of like a luxury product as well, because if you don't have any specific reason why you would need to be able to turn it on remotely, like a disability or anything like that, then it is like a luxury that
like Dad had admitted it at the beginning, like it's probably the most useful thing, but he just really likes that you can turn it from the mobile.
Treat yourself.
I can just imagine this dad doing it on his phone, and then once his boy just looking at his phone like, okay, just drop to 98 so I can make my tea. I wonder if there's a specific reason for him to actually boil the water and let it drop, because in theory he can also just choose 98 and do it.
Maybe that's a typo though, because it does look like it could be a typo. No, never mind.
Very specific, 98.
98. Yeah, please let us know what tea are you making that's 98C. We are very curious and we'd like to try it out.
I love that this dad went over all the reviews, so we definitely had people complaining about all of the things he's listed. I suppose that's a very constructive feedback, what he likes about it, although it may not be as necessary for everyone. And what can happen, like for example, when there's a power cut, you have to reconnect it sometimes, and it can be fussy. So he wrote this review in early February this year, so must have got it like a year ago. Well, in theory, if the kettle goes offline, it will automatically reconnect once it recognizes an existing network, so it shouldn't be fussy.
It should also connect to the same phone that it was set up. So for example, if I set the kettle up on my phone and then share the link, for example, with a bunch of family members, then when it goes offline, it will reconnect first to my phone, right? Yeah. So whoever last connected it and gave everyone else access, that person should have the kettle reconnect to their phone.
The phone, it just works as a remote control. If you look at it, it's more like the connection between the kettle and the router. Like what happens in between it basically is like your phone is like a monitor, it shows up on your phone. But the root cause there was that, I suppose what happened to his model was that the router, like the power is back, everything's like the light is on, like the fridge is back to working, but the kettle is not back on. I would say if you leave it long enough, by long enough I mean like 10 minutes, it should automatically reconnect. Because of the health and safety regulation, the Wi-Fi signal shouldn't be on all the time, so it has to go off for a bit and then automatically turn it back on, like, and then repeat itself, so that it wouldn't just go offline completely. So I think that's what happened. So when everything's back on and the kettle is not, he was trying to do it manually, but really all he had to do was to long press a 100-degree button, and that should do the trick. For that, like for all of his feedback and his experience, I think 4 stars are valid and very constructive feedback. So thank you, Dad. For Timothy,
works beautifully. 5 stars. Yes, it works and is beautiful. I got this to replace a big, ugly, more expensive and terribly unreliable smart Alexa kettle.
I think we should beep that out.
Okay.
But okay.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy with this after the years of problems with my last one. This is pretty, works great and boils whenever asked, keeps warm and has easy temperature settings in the base or within the Smart Life app. I honestly can't stress enough that you avoid other brands and buy this bad boy. You won't be disappointed. Yeah, get this bad boy.
Yeah, bad boy.
Daniel Roland.
Love it. Switch the kettle on from bed, like me. Just gotta get someone to make it. Holds offline scale better than average kettles. Boils quickly enough. Was worth it.
That's it. Bye.